So guys, in today's video I'll be talking about the three major changes, which include visa requirement relaxation, international recruitment, and civil service jobs. So if these are the kind of content you like to see, then sit tight and let's get straight into it. Hey lovelies, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is Faith Ojone, and on this channel I talk about ways you can travel abroad and settle abroad. I share resources with you on how you can get started, and I share latest updates concerning the UK, what's happening in the UK, and I also share story time called The Narrative. So if these are the kind of content that interests you, sit down, relax, and let's get started. The first one I'll be talking about is civil service jobs. I made a video about those who are interested in getting a civil service job, especially if you're already living in the UK, you are on a dependent visa, or you're just looking for a job that is more secured, flexible, and a job that you can rely on. Then civil service is one of the best sectors to go into. Okay, so and I've made videos about civil service jobs, and a lot of you are interested. Some of you are making applications, some of you have even gotten an offer, which I would say congratulations, by the way. Some of you have tried applying for civil service, but because of your location where you stay, you don't really find any jobs. Well, this one is for you. Good news, because a new Home Office center has been opened in Stoke-on-Trent by the Home Secretary Suella Braverman. So this center will create over 500 new jobs in the civil service that are of high quality, and it will mainly be focused on dealing with asylum cases. The main purpose of the center is to speed up the process of making decisions for asylum by increasing capacity and efficiency of the staff working on these cases. So the center will have up to 330 new staff members who will be responsible to processing asylum cases. Okay, all national asylum related documents and letters will be handled at the center. This center is an important part of government plan to reduce the number of asylum seekers staying in expensive hotels and lessen the financial burden on asylum system on taxpayers. It will work alongside the 1,280 existing caseworker to help resolve backlog of old cases. The opening of this center is part of the Home Office Place for Growth program, which aims to move government employees out of the capital city and distribute them in different regions to better serve the whole country. So there's this new program that the government created called the Growth program. I'll still talk about it again further down the line, because this program is just the government are trying to spread out jobs across the civil service in different regions in the UK. If you notice, when you go on the civil service jobs, most jobs in top cities like London, Manchester, the top major cities, there are lots of civil service jobs in those cities, and not so much in rural areas like countryside. So now the UK government are moving some civil service jobs to other areas, other locations. So now if you're not living in one of the major cities in the UK, this is good news, because you're going to have more opportunities to be able to get civil service jobs in the location you're in. So far, the Home Office has already relocated over 2,229 jobs to various locations under this program. Remember, I made a video where I talked about the growth visa, which was proposed by Scotland government, because they want the government to create a new visa where they'll be able to attract migrants to rural areas to work and help develop rural areas and create job opportunities, because now jobs are in major cities. So if you're not living in major cities like London, Manchester, Leeds, like Glasgow, those major cities in the UK, if you're not living there, jobs are really limited. And I can tell you for a fact that when I moved out of London last year in 2022, it was hard for me to get a job. The moment I came to London, jobs are not my problem, to be honest. There's so many opportunities for jobs in the UK, but government have seen that this is a problem. That's why most people are moving to live in these major cities, because of job opportunities, because nobody wants to live where they cannot get a job. So most people rather move to cities, top cities in the UK, because of the job opportunities, the job markets for them. The 18 locations where these jobs has been relocated include Stoke-on-Trent, Newcastle, Durham, Darlington, Liverpool, Southport, Manchester, Salford, Leeds, Sheffield, Birmingham, Peterborough, Glasgow, Cardiff, Newport, Belfast, and Edinburgh. I mean, this is good news for those of you who are living in rural areas who have reached out to me telling me that you can't find civil service jobs in your location, and most of them are in city centers, like top cities. I mean, I hope your city, where you're living is on this side, but anyway, just know that with time you will find more civil service jobs in your location, because this is a program that the government has started. It's by moving civil service jobs away from London, the capital, to other rural areas, so to be able to make sure that everyone living any part of the UK can be able to get a job. Okay, so I hope this information is helpful. So moving to the next topic here, this is good news for international football players. So the Home Office is relaxing requirement rules for international football recruitment. The recent change in the visa requirements will make it easier for talented young players to come to the UK, even if they don't meet the specific points needed for their visa. So this is a good news for football teams in Premier Leagues, Champions League, One League, and League 2. The government is making it easier for football clubs in the UK to recruit talent who are very good from other countries to come and play in their football league here in the UK. So before these changes, top tier players who are already well established in their sports could come to the UK under the international sports person. If you are not a top player previously, it will be very difficult for you to come to the UK via the international sports person's visa. Like, the UK is struggling to attract talented football players from overseas because of their strict visa rules. So now they are open to now allow young talented football players that are good to come to the UK and develop their skills even more. This strict visa rule made it difficult for clubs to recruit young players who showed great potentials, but we are not yet widely known or are not really experienced in the football industry. Now, with the new rules in place, there are more opportunities for those young players to push their development in the UK. So they can now obtain a visa if they receive an endorsement under the newly established governing body endorsements. They call them the GBE criteria. So it's similar to the global talent visa. So you need to meet the criteria and get an endorsement, then you can now move to the UK on international sport person visa. So the Football Association will endorse players who demonstrate significant potential and can contribute to the growth of football industry in England. So this modification came into effect the most recent transfer window, which started on the 14th June 2023. So this is new. This went into effect. So this is live, and they got approved on the 14th of June 2023. So if you're a football player, or you know any football player that you know that they have potential for growth, they are talented, you can come to the UK now on the international sport person visa, because the government has lessened the criteria. They are no longer looking for established players. They are looking for talented players, people who have shown that they are good. Okay, all they just want is that you are good, you are talented, you want to add to the growth of the UK football industry. You need to share this video to any talented footballer you know. Now to the final part of this video. The final part of this video is not so much good news for those outside the UK, but if you're living in the UK, this is good news for you. Okay, the government launched a program called the New Skills for Growth program. Businesses have expressed concerns to the government about the lack of workers with specific skills they need. Businesses believe that the government should make it easier for them to hire workers from outside the UK. But the Education Secretary and Business and Trade Secretary have taken a different approach. So they have introduced a program called Skills for Growth, which aims to enhance the skills of people already living in the UK. So the government wants to reduce the reliance on migration to meet the demand for skilled workers. So they are collaborating with UK businesses to find other ways to achieve their goal. if as a business, if you're not getting the skills you want to look outside the UK to recruit the skills you want for your business. I know a lot of people keep saying that, oh, but we are in the UK, it's hard to get a job. It is hard to get a job if you don't have the skill that they want. Most businesses are looking for experienced people who are already good at their job, because they are not willing to train people. You understand? That is the struggle. It's not like there are no jobs in the UK. There are jobs in the UK, but the jobs are for highly skilled individuals. So if you've not had like years of experience in a specific role, it will be very difficult for you to find a job. When people are complaining there are no jobs in the UK, is because you do not have the experience these businesses are looking for. Of course, entry level, you're just starting, it will be difficult for you to get a job because most businesses do not want to train people. But the government has changed the rules, so that's why I said this is beneficial if you live in the UK. I mean, according to the Office of National Statistics, in May 2023 there were over 1.51 million jobs vacancy in the UK, and in 2019 around 24% of these vacancies were due to shortage of skilled workers. Emphasis on skilled workers. The UK government is making investments to develop skills that will contribute to the future growth. They are calling on businesses to join forces with them to build the workforce for tomorrow. I mean, so that they don't rely on migration. Even though unemployment rates are currently low, they are very still around 1 million job vacancies in the UK. So ensuring that businesses have access to skilled workers will not only boost the economy but also help control inflation. The government is encouraging employers to hire more apprentices, particularly young workers, and invest more in training and upgrading skills for their existing workforce. They are also promoting various government support courses and resources, such as the skill boot camp and free courses for jobs. So I know that the skill boot camp is closed. I don't know if the government is planning to bring it back up, since they are doing this program, but I've not checked out the free courses for jobs program yet. I will go check it out and definitely make a video about it. This information was recently published, I think 2-3 days ago, before making this video. So I'm not sure if they've released any information about the free courses for jobs, but I mean, I'll go check it out. And also, if you're living in the UK, you want to upskill so that you can easily get a job, then you need to check out all these programs and enroll in them, because the good thing about the program is they don't just train you and dump you. They train you, and after your training you get to interview for a job. If you pass the interview, then the job is yours. So they are training you for a job. Okay, so after the training there's a definitely job opportunity for you to interview for. So I mean, one thing I know, I used to tell people that applying for a job is one thing, but having skills to pass your interview is another thing. And I'm so grateful that over time I've developed skills. There's not any interview I've ever attended I've not gotten the job. Anyway, thanks to my husband too, who sort of prepped me. You need to see when I'm prepping for my interview, it feels like I'm acting a movie. And again, my husband we do mock interview a lot. When I have interview, I'll come tell him what I want, like he will be like the interview. I will practice before the major interview, which really helps. Also, make sure you stay updated so you can apply for these courses. And the government has put aside 2.7 billion extra funding available to support businesses hiring more apprentices and implementing of the T-level. If you are living in the UK, you're a resident of the United Kingdom, you're struggling to have a job, just know it's because you don't have the skills that employers are looking for, so you need to upskill. These courses from the government are free, so you don't really need to pay anything, you just need to study for it. And I mean, these are all the updates that I have. I hope this video is helpful, because I have come to the end of this video. If this video was helpful, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up, like, share, comment, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And guys, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.